Hey guys, welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. Today we are talking about Shopify and specifically how do you start a Shopify store, how do you get it done quickly, and how do you do it with the least amount of headache. That is what I'm covering today. All right, so let's get started. Shopify is a great way to set up an online store. I'm going to share with you how to do that today in this tutorial. So first of all, we're going to go and we're going to click start your free 14-day trial of Shopify. Okay, now we're going through the onboarding process. We're going to talk about what statement best describes me. Okay, next. I'm going to go here and we're going to enter the name and address. Okay, so now we see that the store has been created. Now, when it comes to creating your store, first of all, if you have a product or not, that's kind of the first thing to figure out is like, am I going to start adding products right away, or is this something that needs to set up? I would recommend getting set up when it comes to the theme and the look and the feel, first of all, with the Shopify store. You can also do things like you can have a custom, you can add a domain, or we can start to customize your theme. So I'm going to start with customizing the theme because that's kind of really like where I like to get started here. And this will give me a sense of like what it's going to look like at the end of the day. So here's the current theme. This is the theme customers see when they visit your store. Showcase your brand with debut or a signature theme. So we could preview it, we could rename it, duplicate it, edit the code that's a bit more advanced, or we can customize it. There's also a bunch of theme libraries here. So I'm going to actually go here. I'm going to look around. Now, one of the ones that immediately catches my eye is this guy right here. I really like the colors of this and also kind of the mountains and stuff there. You can also change the style, right? So we could do like a one if we're doing like a fitness product or boxing or outdoors. Let's do the fitness product. That's kind of an easy one always. We'll add this theme to here. And then as that is loading, we'll be able to customize that in just a second. Once that loads up, there's also a Shopify theme store, right? Which allows you to browse paid themes and premium themes using the Shopify store. If you want to do that, you would click view Shopify store. Once that loads up, you'll be able to see all the different e-commerce themes here that are great on mobile, that are also great on desktop, no matter where it is that people are visiting you. Some of these high quality premium themes are as low as $140, $180. If you're going to have someone design your website, it would be a heck of a lot more than that. So while if you've never designed a site before, like this is really rock bottom prices when it comes to getting a premium looking theme for your website. I remember back in the day when we had to design them from scratch, it could be $5,000 just to get a website up and running. So like this is really a lot less money. Now we'll go here and we're going to go to customize the theme. So that way we can customize the look and the feel of this shop. This is what the shop looks like right here. We have the header, which we could have as being a logo or text, or we could have a main menu here. We could go into the slideshow, which is just here, which will rotate through various images that might showcase product things or things related to our marketing. We also then have a collection, so all the different products here that are available, and then a little bit more in depth into some of the stuff we might want to highlight. So this is all customizable, and this does take time to set up, to choose a logo image, choose the theme settings. We could change if you want to all of the colors all around. This obviously, this takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of time to really set all this stuff up. We can also add our different social media links, so it's really easy to click all of those. There's collection pages, checkout, etc. And if we want to, we can also change the theme style. So when you're getting started, this can seem very overwhelming. So the big ones would be starting to generate a folder of marketing assets, I call it. So what you do is you set up a Dropbox and you just start adding all of the photos you have, all the video you have, all the marketing assets. If you don't have those created yet, that would probably be your next step here when it comes to designing your Shopify store, because you need photos of the product, obviously, to sell the product, right? So you're going to want to create a Dropbox folder. And then once you have the Dropbox folder together, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to start filling up all of these pages with data and like the names and the images and all that stuff is going to be really a lot easier once you already have this Dropbox folder set up. Now I'm going to go back here, and we can also, if we want to, browse how this looks on mobile, right? This is how it will look on mobile versus on desktop. So that gives you just a really quick sense of this. But I want to go back, and we're going to go look at some of the other action items here on the Shopify store. Now, at the moment, I'm actually previewing with a different theme just to give you a sense of something different. So this would be a different type of theme. It's a little bit more heavy on lots and lots of products and collection products. So if you're doing like a brand of, fitness, maybe related to like watches or related to fitness bands or related to shoes, like you can get a sense of how you can sell a lot of different types of products with one single Shopify store. You can see like all the different mock images here. So you just fill these in. You just upload an image really easily, and you would customize that. And this should be, if you want to do here in the feature collection, you could select a particular collection. You could create a new collection. This would be really simple to do, and we just have to upload basically all of the images and all of the product information, and kind of like what are the prices for the different products. And that goes, I'll get into that a little bit, but it would be as simple as just writing in the titles, writing in the description for the product, adding in the collection image, the type, the pricing, all that kind of stuff. We could just very easily do with our set of collections. But I'm actually going to go back here, and I want to show you there are different types of pages on a website, obviously. So you have like the home page. You also have things like a password page. So if people are logging in to your online store, maybe if they are some kind of a frequent user, you could have that. We have the collections page, which is just literally going to list like all of the products essentially that you have, the ones that are best selling, maybe some of the collections lists that you might have, which are kind of those things that you are categorizing so people can more easily see what they want to buy. You can also have a blog here on a Shopify store. You could be publishing news as the actual company. And finally, you have your cart, and of course, a 4014 page. So the cart, we'll just say this would be for someone who is a customer and they're trying to buy products. It would start filling up the cart once they start buying products, and then you'd have the 404 page, right? So this is a lot of basically the bare bones of what you need if you want to set up any kind of website. But what I'd really like to show you now is some of the other functionality of Shopify. Now that you know the biggest thing you're going to need for the theme, aside from picking the one, is high resolution photos, is data in terms of the names of the products, the prices, the description of them. That's when you can start to fill up some of this information here. And you can also then very quickly preview your store, and you can see what it would look like if we had this thing up and running. So it would basically look like this. We'd have the name, you'd have the images, all of that kind of stuff. Really easy to customize, all this kind of stuff. So let's get into some of these other items here. So first of all, domains. Domains, you can buy a new domain through Shopify, or you could transfer one that you already have. If you have a website like the Ab Machine 2000, right? Or the Fitness Goers, exercisebands.com or something like that, right? You can easily transfer it so that when people type in Ab Machine 2000, they're going to come across your Shopify store. So this is very simple to set up for connecting the domain. The other thing is we can get into some of the preferences here. So this would be the homepage title. So I'm just going to say Ab Machine 2000. I don't know why I like the name of that. The meta description would be for search engines. So when someone Googles Ab Machine 2000, you come across your homepage, you're going to have a description here. I would recommend customizing that. Social sharing. This happens when someone shares the link to your Shopify store. This image would end up showing up as well as the page title and the meta description. You can also hook up Google Analytics to get more insights into your visitors. You can use a Facebook Pixel ID so you can retarget people who come to the page and serve them ads on Facebook. You can also install a password protection if you would like to. So we got navigation. I would recommend keeping this very simple as possible. Most people who are browsing are doing it very quickly. You don't want to have too much stuff. So we just have a main menu and a footer menu. If you want to, you could add more menus and stuff like that to help people get around your site. Again, the simpler, the better when it comes to e-commerce. You don't want something super complicated where people are struggling to find where to buy products and what they should be looking at. Keep it very simple. Okay, with pages, these pages are essentially standalone static items. Now, the details of that page could be something like, this is going to be an About Us page, or this could be a page related to Contact Us or frequently asked questions, like that kind of stuff. If you want to, you could also select a template for that, and you could just fill out some of the information for the page, and it would get set it up that way. So we'll just say contact us. I'm just going to fill it in with some blank stuff here just so it gets filled in there. But there's a lot of other things we could do. We could upload a video, as you can see here. You could insert an image. You could insert a table, really all the normal stuff you would want to do. You could have that. And this is the preview of what it would look like when people typed in how to contact, Ab Machine 2000. This would be coming up there. You could edit this site SEO. So let's just say we want to change this to meta description to this is how you can contact blog posts. Blog posts are what you're going to write in order to just communicate with the outside world about the company values you have, maybe advice, tips, those kinds of things. Every single Shopify store comes with a blog. So if you want to, you could write blog posts on this once this loads. All you got to do is come here and click Create Blog Post. Now, why do people write blogs? I have my own blog. The reason why people write blogs is, number one, great communication tool for interaction with customers, really easy to start to get people reading your articles, to get a sense of who you are, what your values are. You seem way more legit. It's good for SEO, great for a lot of different reasons. But you can just have a blog title, write out your blog post. If you want to, you could format it a little bit, maybe add some images. And you could say where you want to be. You could have it on your news blog, or you could have it in your advice and tips blog, and then you could upload a featured image and it would go there. So I'm just gonna have a blog. We're gonna say tips for fitness goers. Make sure you blah, 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 blah. And we'll publish this, we'll save this. And so it doesn't have any of the bells and whistles with the uploading image or anything like that. But we got the blog post there. Blog post has been saved. We can see what that looks like. We'll click view. This will load up on the Shopify store. And this would be what the title of the post would look like. Make sure you do this, this, and this. They can share it. They can tweet it. They can pin it. Who uses Pinterest? I don't use Pinterest. But if you want to, you could pin it. And then it would go back to the homepage. So you could basically share, let's just say, this blog post on Facebook. Someone comes and sees 7 tips for beginning fitness goers. They go and they stumble onto your website. They read that article, they think it's pretty cool. They go and check out your online store. Maybe they like a product that you have, and that is an easy way you could sell a product without very much effort. Okay, so we have the blog, we have the pages, some of these things. Other things you can do would be to add a discount. So this could be a great way to reward people where maybe you're having a summer special where everything is 20% off using the code summer special. The other thing would be marketing. So marketing is a little bit beyond the scope of today's YouTube video. But there's a really great funnel here when it comes to understanding abandoned checkouts, like people who go and check out in your product and you want to reach out to those people. That would be a really good one. Also, email marketing, Facebook marketing, that all goes within marketing. I have some great videos out there on Facebook ads and marketing in general. So go and check out those on my YouTube channel. That goes a little bit beyond the video here today, which is just a simple tutorial of the technology. Here you have the dashboard. So you'll see things like customer return rate, online store sessions, the total sales that you have, online store conversion rate. So for the people that come here, how many converting into orders, the average order value, total orders, lots of great stuff. You could spend a lot of time analyzing some of these. And some of the most important are just the traffic sources. It really tells you a lot, and you don't necessarily need Google Analytics installed just to get some good information about your visitors. Now, for any marketer worth their salt, they're probably going to be looking at your Google Analytics as well. But for just the average beginner, you don't need the Google Analytics. You don't need to understand all of that. That's for an advanced marketer like myself. You can just look at some of this data and you'll get a sense really easily of where people are visiting your store, what sites are they coming from, which social platforms are they visiting from. Are they visiting from Pinterest or from Instagram or from Facebook? And also the profitability of your store as a total. You can also look at the live view. You can see people live on your site. The other thing is you'll be able to easily browse through your customers. You can add and import customers if you want to. If you have an offline store and you want to import people into this dashboard so you can gain more analytics into them. Once you're ready, you can start to add a bunch of products. This is basically your inventory. So if you're selling watches or you're selling an ab roller, you can easily add all of these products. All you do is click Add Product. And when you click Add Product, you fill out some information regarding the title, description, what does it look like, what is the price, what is the cost per item. This would be to understand the profitability of your store so you can track this within Shopify and also charge tax if you would like to. You got some inventory here with barcode. This is all related to order fulfillments, which goes beyond this video, but I have another video out there on YouTube about Shopify and figuring out order fulfillments. Also, it talks about shipping. Is this a physical or a digital product? What is the weight of this? The country of origin, to figure out customs. Are there variations? This all is very easily customized within Shopify, as well as some of the products and that kind of stuff. This goes a little bit further than I think we need to. Like, we don't need to talk about gift cards. Most people know what that is. You got the orders here. This should just be the outstanding orders that are being made on your site. The most important one here to see are abandoned checkouts, because abandoned checkouts will give you a lot of information about people that are looking to buy, but then at the last minute, they just like, maybe not. This is a great tool because you can email those customers and say, hey, I noticed you didn't complete your order. Do you have a question? Or can we help you do this? Or do you have any things that are holding you back, right? You can use this feature to be able to reach out to people and in that way increase your total revenue for your online store, because you're reaching out to people that abandon their cart and you're kind of countering that objection. Now, obviously not everyone will convert into a new sale, but let's just say even only 20% of those people, that's an extra amount of revenue that you can add to your top line, and in that way be able to grow your store even faster. Now, the final thing I want to cover here are applications, right? So apps, this is the major reason why people use Shopify, in my opinion, aside from, it's pretty comprehensive as a tool. But you can go here into the Shopify store and you can see all of the major apps that they have here listed. And a lot of these apps will expand the functionality of your store, and in that way be able to upgrade what you can offer customers essentially. So we'll just look here. You can look at a terms and conditions checkbox. You can see here, there's some upsell funnels if you want to upsell your customers. There's WhatsApp Messenger marketing, so you can build out chat machines there. Newsletters, there's a messenger channel. So for example, if you want to give people messenger support, live support via Facebook Messenger or automated messenger that way, you could do that. You can figure out things like boost global sales with language and currency recommendations. A lot of really good stuff. You could spend a lot of time looking through the Shopify store. But basically, if you want to do something with your Shopify store, but you feel like for whatever reason the store doesn't give you that functionality, chances are there is a Shopify app which addresses that. So for example, if you wanted to find products to sell and drop ship on Shopify, you could use the Oberlo app and you can find products to do that. If you wanted to have really good product reviews that you install and people can leave reviews on your products, you can install the simple product reviews app, which is also free, right? There's a lot of good stuff here, and this is really worth your time to just spend a little bit of time looking through what is important to me. Let's just say for me, to me, the biggest thing is inventory management, because I hate dealing with that stuff. I don't want to deal with that. It's not my forte. I'm not really good when it comes to nitty gritty things unless I'm really focused on it. I don't really like doing it. So what you could do would be just looking through some of these apps and be like, okay, what would help me out? How could this improve my store? So maybe stocking with bundling, or looking here at a multi-channel importer if you're trying to import stuff from Amazon, or there's so many good apps here that can really, I think, help you a lot. When it comes to syncing up Shopify with some of the other tools that you may use, you've got a barcode and label one here. Create print barcode labels for your products. This would be good if you're doing in-house fulfillment, right? So you could just download this app, add it, and in that way you can really easily just print out labels, assign barcodes to your products, and do your fulfillment in your garage or do it wherever you want to do. I recommend using a third-party fulfillment provider, but you could do that if you want. So this is a lot of good stuff, man. It's really easy to get started. If you're interested in learning more, take a second to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, I got some great info out there on the web. Go and check out my other videos out there on Shopify, on e-commerce, and also on Kickstarter, how to raise money on Kickstarter and then transition to a Shopify store. It's very straightforward, I think, and a really good transition. So if this sounded interesting to you, I got some great links in the description there. Would appreciate a thumbs up on this video so much. My name is Salvador Briggman. I hope you enjoyed this very simple tutorial of Shopify, and I will see you next time.